Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Chaos Child, and we are just skipping through to get to Artimura's technically her bad ending first. So we're still in chapter 3. We're like halfway there, so maybe we can get there, or at least get close to it in this part. We're going to be doing a lot of skipping. I'm very sorry. But anyway, so we are starting at a negative delusion that we haven't seen, so we're just going to read through that, and then we'll continue skipping. So. Lots of money. The only sound in the dark room was their panting. Oh, it's panting. And Ito. He doesn't have to drive me crazy listening to it. And then, because this is the tickle fight, and then we had the positive delusion. We're like, oh, hi, they're getting frisky. And now it sounds like they're doing it with Ito. As I pretended to sleep, I felt someone's warm hand on my crotch. It's Ito. I almost jumped up and screamed, but there was a hand across my mouth. Who was it? Was it Kazuki or Sarika? Sarika was the one who'd been trying to touch Kazuki a moment ago. So was it Sarika? Was she touching my crotch? Was that the kind of person she was? No, no way. But I was a high school kid now. I couldn't stay a child forever. But could she really be so bold? If Ito found out about this, there'd be trouble. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't. I didn't resist. I just closed my eyes and let time pass. My hands were still at my mouth and crotch. Should I accept her bold invitation? But this was... It's Ito. It's fucking Ito. You know it is. I heard panting in my ear. It must be Sarika getting excited. No, it's fucking Ito, because this is a bad delusion. You wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Sarika's groping me. No, this is funny. I'm not panting and moaning for Ito, but you get it. Sarika was getting excited? Oh my god! Oh, this is a CG if there was one, right? Miyashiro. Miyashiro. Yeah! You secret. See? I knew he was. No! The nightmare was so horrible, I woke up screaming. Hey. Look. Huh? Taku, what's wrong? What? What's going on? Oh, no. I came to my senses and looked around. I realized that everybody else must have fallen asleep. They were all rubbing their eyes as if they were sleepy. But was that really the case? Was I really dreaming about someone rubbing my crotch? Is it possible that Ito was just pretending to be asleep? Imagining that made me shiver. I had to stop thinking about it. I had to pretend it never happened. Oh, wait. It's almost midnight, isn't it? Huh? And we're gonna go listen to Kay. Okay, but that's so fucking funny, because didn't I make a comment at one of these at some point, like, come on, we know we love Ito, we got a secret, we got gay panic for him. Yeah, and that's why you woke up screaming, because you just don't want to admit that you secretly are in love with Ito. Come on. Whatever. Sure, we're going down Artimura's route, and maybe you'll, like, make her your girlfriend or some bullshit, but it's secretly because you're fantasizing about Ito in the background. We saw the dream. You were enjoying it. You knew it was him, like, panting in your ear. You didn't think that was Sarika. Come on, you think Sarika pants like a man? Miyashiro, come on. Oh, here's that CG that we don't look at. Okay. So thankfully we're in chapter 4, so we just need to keep an eye to save delusion that occurs after you leave the hospital in chapter 5. Okay, well, I mean, we got a ways to go, but I just have to keep an eye out for that. And then I was looking at it, so the other one, I don't know if I said it, one way it was like, you have to know to do it before the title card. It's like, okay, well, that's all in Yamazoe's kind of path. So hers will just be a little weird because she's got like 35 fucking bad endings. She's got a ton of them. So we'll just make a lot of saves. You know? I guess. It's funny because to get the good endings, you do all the positive delusions, except for maybe 1 or 2 here and there. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a very slight trigger. Like, to get into Arimura's route, hold on. That means they... Oh, shit. I think we did special powers, right? Hold on, let me go back up. I'm in the wrong guide. I think it's special powers. I'm not sure exactly where we are. Yeah, it is. Okay. Right. Okay, that's where we are. But like, so normally if you chose all positive after the common route, it didn't fucking make a difference, right? Because it doesn't matter what you did. But now, if you did all positive, you get into Arimura's good ending. If you do all negative, you get into her bad. If you do all positive except for 1 here, that goes into Kazuki. If you do all negative except for 1 here, that goes into Yamazoe. It's like, kind of interesting. I'm not sure how to get into Kurusu's. Lights were on in the room at the end of the hall. Did we do this? Okay, we already did this one, a bad one. I don't know how to get to, what's her faces? Let's see. What we're skipping through. Which one is Kurusu's anyway? So Kurusu's route is, that's Yuki. Heads or tail? Hers is the real sky end. Okay. So all positive as well as any additional you see with 2 exceptions in chapter 3. Okay. Hers is the one where we save twice in chapter 3. Kazuki's is 1 in chapter 3, which it's going to be that same one. So Kazuki's and Kurusu's start in that one scene in chapter 3. We do a negative there. Kazuki's you continue doing positive. Kurusu's you do negative later on. So you do 2. It's weird, but... So we're going to save there. And that's where we'll start for Kazuki. And that's also where we'll start for Kurusu. So then we'll skip and do different. And then Yamazoe's we save here while we're doing this in chapter 5. So, okay. I mean, we still are skipping a lot from chapter 3 on, but most of them split at either chapter 6 or 8. So it really just depends. Okay. You'll need to select all negative except for the delusion after you leave the hospital in chapter... We're in the hospital now, so it must be after we get out of this, the next delusion. We choose positive. So we're going to have to save here to do the Yamazoe route. Because this is the hospital, right? We're in the hospital. So when we leave here, when we get the delusion trigger, that's where we'll save. Okay, so we just got to pay attention. So these later chapters go faster. It's just chapters 1, 2, and 3 are long. But we'll be saving in chapter 3 in Arimura's positive route. So again, it won't take as long to skip through, I don't think, in the other routes. We might have, like, the first hour of skipping, but it shouldn't be bad. It's just I feel bad, like, skipping so fucking much on you. Like, hey, we just spent 3 hours skipping through shit and not doing anything, but... I'd say you're getting a refresher, but, like, fuck, it goes so fast. How the hell do we know what's going on? Okay, so we're still at the hospital. Sumo stickers. That was an automatic delusion that we had. Okay. I'm sorry, my eye is, like, burning, so I was, like, rubbing it, trying to, like, see, like, look out of one eye, not the other. Okay. Okay, right, and we're gonna kidnap her. Okay. So now we're out of the hospital. The next delusion we have to save. Oh, right, that's this one. In her apartment. Okay, so this is the one... We choose positive at this delusion. 4 if we want to go to Yamazoe's route, which we're not going to do. Oh, whoops. So we need to save. But I'm going to try to save maybe down... Oh, shit, yo. All right, I'm going to save... Should I save in slot 1? Do you think we're going to get this far? Where are we actually saved? I guess we're going to have to start overloading saves because... You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to save here. Ooh, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where should we save because... I mean, we could do the autosave, but it's not going to... It might oversave autosaves. I don't know how many autosaves there are. I'm just thinking if I save here... Well, maybe I'll remember. It's just then when we run over, you know what I mean? It's like we're gonna run over and then we're gonna start going to page 5. Like, but if I save like in start at page 3, I'm not gonna remember where the fuck my saves are. I guess this makes sense. Okay, so we'll just save here. Yes. So okay. All right. Cool. I think we already did a negative one. Oh, we didn't. We did positive that time. Anyway. Miyashiro. Huh? Are you interested in that sword? Kunasato brought it up, and I was trying my hardest to ignore it. No, not really. I tried my best to laugh and avoid looking at it. Come on, don't make me talk about this with you. I just knew it was going to end badly. But Kunasato took up the blade with a calm look on her face. She swung it around and assumed a fighting stance. Her moves were graceful and beautiful. For a moment, I fell in love. Sword was the perfect weapon for her. I didn't know why, but that's how it seemed. She swung the sword right in front of my eyes. I could hear the sound of it cutting through the wind. No. I could see some of my bangs falling to the ground. It was incredibly sharp. If it touched me, it would slice me in half. It would tear me apart. I gulped. And that's right, because we do this, and then she jumps. The positive is one is like Yamazoe jumps in and is like, ah! And then we have this weird space battle thing, like the weird shit. Right. I brought you here. I brought you here for a reason. To keep you from talking. I'm Mio Kunasato, a super agent working with the Japanese Cabinet Special Investigation Team. My code name is Azure Swordsman. Azure Swordsman. You've learned too much about the secret project going on in Shibuya right now. Therefore, I cannot let you live. Forgive me. Huh? Kunasato took a step forward, moving as if she were about to begin a dance. It only took an instant. Taku? Huh? Huh? Me? A spurt of blood burst from Serika's chest and she fell over. Oh no, wait! What? What just happened? I hadn't even seen Kunasato swing her sword. None of you will be allowed to leave here alive. Don't blame me. Blame your fate. No! Don't do it! Gah! Ito screamed and fell, blood pouring from his chest. I still couldn't see it. The sword moved so fast. This was the power of the super agent, the Azure Swordsman. Kunasato turned toward me. I only had a few seconds left to live. But for some reason, as she held the blade that killed Serika and Ito, Kunasato seemed so beautiful. I thought he was going to be like, hot. Yeah, kinda. What you're seeing isn't real. This whole world is an error. Those were the last things that Kunasato said to me. Then everything went black. Oh, sorry, Bounty. Maybe it was some small mercy of hers that I didn't feel any pain. Huh? Wait, what? You're in your last year of high school. What the hell are you thinking? Sure, any Japanese boy who grew up on manga could fantasize about something like that, but it was all tropes and cliches. If it had gotten launched in a magazine, it would have been canceled after 10 weeks. I blame the sword that was just sitting there in the corner. This is almost exactly what happens after the good route, too. The good answer, you know? Anybody who saw that sword would remember his dark history. Anyway, this was no time to be thinking about that sword. Okay, I'm seriously a fan of yours. Just listening to your voice makes me feel better. I don't care. As I sat there fantasizing, Kunasato was tearing apart Ito's hopes and dreams. He was having a bad time. That's basically the exact same thing that happens, except for I don't think it was if it was published in a magazine. It might have been if it was on TV, or it might have still been magazine. But it was basically all the same, so it's kind of like, why couldn't we skip through that? Like the same after thing happened, but whatever. Okay, so we've got our save for that. We're ready to continue Arimura. We just keep doing negative, but we should eventually pop out because her route starts after 6. And we're in chapter 5 now, so we're getting to chapter 6 soon. So we might actually get into her in the path today. Cool. We only had to skip for an hour. I thought it was going to be like hours and hours worth of skipping. Jesus. It took a long time to get through chapters 1, 2, and 3. But those ones are very long chapters, and the rest of them are a little faster. Their resistance 1. I think it starts after chapter 6, so we gotta skip through this first. Hey! Hey! You've been not good today, but you've been good for a little while, so don't start that shit. I will say half good today, because you've screamed quite a few times, but not as much as normal. There are days where he just screams for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. He's getting better, but he's still like that. He was screaming a little. Okay, stop. But he was screaming and then he flew and now he's quiet. But he was doing it earlier where he just screamed to the point where his voice sounded like it was being. And he just kept doing it. Like, it could last like a minute, but it's still so fucking obnoxious. It feels like hours. But there are days where he just does that. You hear that. He does that nonstop. You've heard it in this because I've screamed the fuck at him. But, like, he's been mostly good today. He only did that for, like, a short block of time. And he screamed a little here and there. But, like, that just constant nonstop was short-lived so far, thankfully. And he also hasn't been very happy, chirpy, nice today. But, because some days he's chirping and he's nice and it's nice. It's like this, just chirp like this. And I try to talk to him so he knows that, like, this is what we like. And, no, he's having one of his bitch days. Where, like, even if you try to talk to him, he gets really aggressive and flings his toys around and bites on things and gets, like, just you talking to him makes him super aggressive. It makes sense that we'd be in her route after this because this is where we kind of meet up with her and, like, have a bonding moment. Makes sense. All right, we gotta keep. We're doing bad. Okay. And we don't have as many delusions this late. There's our battle. The flames burst. Hurts your eyes. They keep doing it. It's like, oh, it hurts your eyes when you're skipping through. Skipping hurts. Don't look. Especially when it goes from dark to light so much. You're like, oh, fuck my eyes. It's not as bad when the colors stay the same, but when it goes black screen, light screen, black screen, light screen, you're like, fuck. God. Wait, we're in chapter 6 now, right? Hey! Stop. We don't do that. No. We don't. You stop. Don't you fucking start that shit. You've been good most of today. Except for that block of time. Don't you start that shit again. I prefer you quiet. Actually, I prefer you when you're happy playing and chirping. But if you're not going to do that, keep your fucking mouth shut. Because I'd rather not hear you than listen to the screaming. That's nice. I heard that. That's nice chirping. You can talk like that. That's nice. Their resistance, too. Okay, but her route's supposed to start after chapter 6. Did we do something wrong? It says it starts after the end of chapter 6, but why are we in chapter 7 still skipping? Huh. After the end of chapter 6. But that's what we just did, and it's not happening. Huh. I don't know. Did we do something? Is it because I did new game? But it said new game. To get the bad end, you just trigger all delusions negative, but it I don't know for a second. Did I just waste 2 fucking hours of my life? Because okay. A few missing scenes near the end. Okay, that's just but I just Dark Sky End. This says from a new game. And it knows that we've already played it because it's skipping through, so... And additional delusions from a new game, including the ones on the route. This route will begin after the end of Chapter 6. But we're in Chapter 7, and it's not... And I can't get a new tab to open on my fucking thing. My stupid thing is being an asshole. To see if there's another guide. Because, like, wait a minute. I don't want to waste my fucking time, like, doing this again if we just are in chapter... How do we know? I mean, all right, let's... Okay. That's this one. Okay. And then... I mean... Like, how do you know you're in her fucking route? You know what I mean? Like... Divergence, let's see. Okay, wait. The divergence table is used for reference only to show where to skip and stop at exactly which part. You can ignore the after unsuccessful divergence. So let's get out of here. Hanaya grabs Takuru after Takuru deflected the pyrokinesis flames onto the pyrokinesis and exploded, but both became silent after. I don't think we did it. I don't think it worked. Because we're doing the exact same thing. I don't fucking... This is gonna suck if this is like... I'm gonna try to look up another guide because, like, I did the... We did it right, but nothing has changed. Yeah, to reach it, select all positive and additional delusions from a new game, including the ones in the route itself. So this is no different than the fucking... I don't understand. So you can ignore the divergence FRO collapse tables in this page when skip mode is set to read only. The divergence table was used for reference only to show where to skip and to stop. So 6, the resistance. Let's get out of here. Hanai grabs this. It says successful. Hanai grabs Takuru after Takuru deflected the pyrokinesis flames onto the pyrokinesis and exploded. But both became silent after, so the original soundtrack should be playing, but like you wouldn't be able to tell that. After we deflect the pyrokinesis flames... Okay, the pyrokinesis exploded. The pyrokinesis should be stayed weakened and unable to stand up. Artimura would then run away. I don't think... Maybe we have to do the good ending first? But, like, the way the guide says, to get the bad ending, you just trigger all delusions negative. And then to get the good, basically, ending, you just trigger the delusions all positive. The darker ending is basically after the Hanai Artimura bad end. So what would be the point? So, like, but I don't think we got this right, and I just... It should have been her route, and I feel like we just wasted 2 fucking hours of skipping. And this one we can't... Yeah, see, I don't... Fuck, I'll be back. I gotta figure this out, but I don't think we did this right. And I think I gotta waste another 2 hours of my fucking life. Hold on, I'll figure this out. Okay, so here's the deal. I restarted. New game save. Skipped through everything again. Did all the negative things again. It still did not frickin' split. I even stopped it where the divergence should happen and read through, and it did not fucking split. So I have now spent an hour and a half with you guys skipping through everything, doing all the negative delusions. Another hour skipping through the game a second fucking time with all the negative delusions to not have this thing split off like it's supposed to. So, here's the deal. We're going to now waste another probably hour and a half skipping through all the game again from start to finish, but do all the positive ones, because maybe you can't get her negative ending if you don't get the positive one first, which is dumb as fuck because it shouldn't fucking matter. And if it mattered, it should say that somewhere in the guide you have to get the positive ending. Well, it sounds like it's not a positive ending anyway to me, but like you have to get the quote unquote whatever ending before you can get the bad ending. You can't get the bad ending otherwise. Just dumb as fuck, because you should be able to get whatever fucking ending. Because if I wasn't using a guide and we were just doing whatever with the delusions, this trigger literally for Hanai's bad ending is this. There's like, I think technically 4 specific triggers for her, but they just say do all the negative. Those 4 specific triggers, if we choose them negative, should be like we're going in her path. If we choose specific ones a certain way, that should be the, you know what I mean? Because all of them negative, but these 2 actually it's all positive except for these 2 negative means you go into Kurusu. All positive, but this 1 negative means you go down Kazuki. That's the way it works. So all of these certain 4 ones negative should mean you're going down Hanai's bad ending. But the game will not fucking split. It will not motherfucking split. I do not fucking know why, but it won't. So here's the deal. If we go through this and do all this skipping again, and I waste an hour and a half doing positive to get her route and it doesn't fucking split, I'm done. We're not going to finish this fucking game because I can't handle this. I am so stressed out and angry that I want to fucking cry because I have just wasted 2.5 fucking hours trying to get the game to split like it's supposed to do, and it refuses to do it. Started a new game. What the fuck am I missing? I don't know, but I don't want to do this anymore. I'd rather be playing a game that's actually gonna fucking work like it's supposed to than wasting 5-6 hours of my life where I'm not recording or doing anything to get this fucking thing to not go anywhere. Because chapters 1, 2, and 3 are long as shit, and I don't want to fucking do them anymore. I don't. So, I don't fucking know. We're gonna try doing all the positive ones, and if it doesn't fucking split, fucking out. So, we're not gonna get through it. Obviously, in this part, we're gonna have another whole part, but the next part could be the last. But I will tell you, because if it doesn't split and we go into chapter 7, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't understand why it will not fucking work. And I don't have the patience to sit here for 6 hours researching why, skipping through things, doing other things. It's 4 fucking triggers for her that should, whether you do them positive or negative. I did everything negative. It shouldn't matter if we do the positive first. Shouldn't fucking matter. Maybe it does, and that's dumb as shit, but we're going to try. We're going to try and see if we have to do the good ending first. And if we do, then okay, at least we know. Fine. But the guide that has like all the triggers and stuff like that set up does specifically have, here's the bad ending, do everything negative. For the positive, do this and this kind of. So it's like, why would you put the bad ending first if you have to go through the positive ending first? You know what I'm saying? And again, that logic seems dumb as fuck. You have to get this person's positive ending or you can't bother getting the negative ending. That's not how games work. You have these 4 things that are triggered. If I trigger these 4 things positive, it means we go down to Hanai's good ending. If they're triggered negative, we should go down to her negative ending. Not, well, they're triggered or negative, but you haven't gone down to positive, so we're just going to loop you back through the common fucking route 16 fucking times. Holy fucking shit, that makes this game, like, coded so fucking terribly. That, like, well, you have to do it in this exact fucking order, or you can never get the other endings, and it's physically impossible to get them, and then people are going to rage quit this shit, because I'm about to. So, anyway, I stopped here and I didn't skip through, because originally I started recording this, the last part, and I was like, okay, well, this is the one that the trigger thing wasn't on, so we didn't do one positive or negative. And I had started recording, and I wanted to do Hanai's bad ending first, right? But yet I did this one. I started doing this as positive and went, fuck. So you haven't seen this. I've seen a part of it, but I caught myself in the middle. So we're going to read through this one. Cause if I hit skip, it'll skip through it. Even though we haven't read it. Technically, you haven't. I started. Anyway. Huh? Since they're being so polite. That's true. Come to think of it. Why was it so polite anyway? Maybe they are. I mean, never mind that. What do you think? Well, I think it's really polite, but nobody's ever asked me out, so I don't know. Anything else? Like, oh, how romantic? Not really. That would depend on the person, right? Ugh. What's going on here, cool cat? It would depend on the person asking the question. Of course it would. Okay. This should take a little bit less time skipping because we have done positive ones, so. But if it were you, Taku, maybe I'd think about it. Sarika's whisper was so soft I could barely hear it. Huh? What did you just say? Oh, nothing. No, I didn't hear that wrong. Was Cool Cat right after all? No, wait. It's Sarika we're talking about here. Is that possible? Usually when you've known someone since you were little, you're so close that you don't realize when they're attracted to you. Do you like me? What about you, Taku? Huh? What about... I mean, just hypothetically, do you like me? She was trying to hide the fact that she was blushing, but she was staring straight at me as she waited for an answer. Was she serious? From the look of things, she was definitely serious. Really? Sarika liked me? I suddenly started to see her not as a childhood friend, but as a member of the opposite sex. Okay, I didn't see past this. I don't think I remember even that sentence, so. Dating her might not be so bad. We both knew everything about each other. But what was I supposed to do at a time like this? Was there anything about this in Cool Cat Press? That's right, there was a hint in the January 24th, 1999 edition from a column called Everything You Wanted to Know About Seducing Your Childhood Friend But Were Afraid to Ask. Oddly specific. It was, how would you like your childhood friend to say they loved you? Number 3, softly in a love letter, 5 people. Number 2, in an embarrassing text message, 17 people. Work up the courage and kiss me now, 128 people. Work up the courage and kiss me now. Oh, no, wait. No. Sarika? Huh? I got close to Sarika and softly put my hands on her shoulders. Our faces were right next to one another. Sarika was beet red, but she didn't look away from me. Taku... I'm a kind man. I'll take good care of you. No, Taku, it's all too sudden. I mean... Sarika's lips were quivering. I want your lips. So lame. I love it. Okay. Sarika closed her eyes. Oh, Sarika Onoe, my beloved. Why did I not notice your beauty sooner when you were next to me all this time? I know this is extraordinarily selfish of me, but may I fall in love with you? No, I've already fallen in love with you. This is hilariously lame, but I love it so much. Taku, kiss me. Steal my lips away. She whispered in a quavering voice, and I couldn't control myself any longer. She knows exactly what we're thinking, which is hilarious. Sarika! Give me 500 yen! Huh? Huh? She wanted 500 yen for a kiss? Just 500 yen? Huh? No, wait, calm down. Get a hold of yourself. This is just a simulation. This isn't what would happen in real life. Couldn't. Sarika wasn't that type of girl. Took a deep breath to calm my heart. 500 yen? What are you talking about? Okay. So, yeah. There's a part of me that wants to stop and come back every single time we get to a different trigger that we haven't done before. Just so you don't have to sit through all this bullshit. But that's a lot of fucking, like, stopping and editing and stopping and editing and doing all that shit. Plus they happen so fast sometimes. You know what I mean? Oh, we did not do this one, though. Oh, we did. Hey, Miyashiro! Huh? You think you could try on this Gyarados Froggy costume, Kieran? Sorry, we're busy. Oh, sure, I'll put it on. What? Hey, thanks, Miyashiro. When I made it, I kept thinking that you were the perfect size. I managed to get the costume on without much trouble. I slipped into the top part over my head. It was pretty hot inside. And since I could barely see anything, it felt really claustrophobic. How do I look? Just perfect! Try saying something. I'm Ghetto Froggy, Ghetto. Wow, that's so cute. I'm gonna give you a hug. And then I felt something soft pressed against my arm. You hug me too, Ghetto Froggy. Really? I slipped my arm around her like she asked me to. Oh no, don't touch my butt. You're such a pervert, Ghetto Froggy. And I read something once about how you could hug all the girls you wanted if you put on a costume. At the time, I thought it was a bunch of crap. Did it really work? I was having the time of my life when... Oh, Ghetto Froggy's done. He's so cute. I want to hug him too. No fair, me too. Nope, Ghetto Froggy is mine. Then why don't we all hug him at once? Oh, that's a great idea. Well, okay, I guess it's okay, right, Ghetto Froggy? Here we go. 1, 2. Ghetto Froggy, I love you. I thought about telling Ito about this, but knowing what a skirt chaser he was, he might actually take it seriously and really try to put the costume on. It's probably better not to tell him. I wouldn't want to see him sued for sexual harassment. We're going to get sued for sexual harassment because he makes us blow up their fucking skirts in Chapter 7. I know, because we had to relive that as we were skipping through, which was probably in the thing. And oh, is this the one where Kurusu walks in? Yeah, okay, and then she trips and falls and we catch her and grab her boob. Oh my god, Takuru, you grabbed my boob. I secretly like it, but I don't want to tell you. Okay, now we got to see what our positive one is for this one. I mean, it is fun doing these and seeing these, but it's not going to be fun if I can't fucking figure out how to split it, so. Okay. I happened to glance down at Kawaharu's belt. The fastener seemed to be broken. That gave me an idea. Rah! I yanked down on his pants as hard as I could. Just like I thought, they came straight off. His underwear was plainly visible. Heh! White briefs. Oh! Ah! That was a little loud. Miyashiro, what was that for? Well, that's not his voice. I don't know what happened. For being annoying? Screw you! Kawahara, just put your pants on. That's disgusting. Disgusting, but... Come on, everyone's staring. All the students around us were staring at him and laughing. His face quickly turned red. What? You're such a jerk! A mean jerk! Oh, that's not his voice. He'd be like, you're a mean jerk. It's easier to be bitchy with that voice, not scared. But anyway, he pulled up his pants and ran away with tears in his eyes. He looked absolutely miserable. Just imagining that made me feel better. I'd never do something so childish in real life, though. Yanking down someone's pants if they ticked you off was the kind of thing a third grader would do. I was above that. I knew that the best way to deal with someone like Kawahara was just to ignore them. But it was fun to imagine. Yeah, it was. It's kind of funny. I hope this fucking works, because I really don't want to be damned and fucking sus to do this all fucking shit again. But we do have a save at least at Chapter 5, where we could start maybe from there. I don't think we have to start all over. You know? I think we saw that. Oh no, but realistically, the chances of anything like that happening again were near zero. The wind wasn't especially strong today. So if I ever wanted to see my pure white goddess again, I needed the help of something other than the wind. Oh. More. For example, let's say that for some reason the pencil holder on the desk fell to the ground. Kurusu would complain a little, but she'd bend over and start picking up the pens on the floor. I'd help, of course. I'd bend over like she did. But since we were both at eye level to each other, there was no way I'd get to see anything. If I did have a chance, it'd be when she stood up. I swear I feel like which one did we... I mean, we did the negative one, but I guess obviously we did the negative one the first time through the game? I don't remember that. But anyway, it would be when she stood up. When that happened, I could watch her stand up, acting as natural as possible. Since I was bent over, I would naturally be lower than her. Maybe then I'd see my goddess once more. Sounds really inappropriate because you're talking about her underwear, but like, oh, additional. Oops. And then Ito moved to turn on the printer and his hand knocked my camera off the desk. I watched in shock as the camera fell toward the floor, as if in slow motion. Again? Instead of 2 strokes of good luck, I've been given 2 strokes of bad. The first time the camera had survived, but I might not be so lucky this time. So my body moved without thinking. I flung myself forward and stretched out my hand toward the falling camera. The thing's expensive. I'm not letting it fall twice. The camera fell right into my outstretched hand. Yes, nice catch. Couldn't believe it. But I was going too fast to stop. I slid headfirst along the floor. Ow. Whoa, that was dangerous, man.
Hey, are you okay?
Kurusu ran over to me. And then a miracle occurred. I was lying on my back and I looked up toward the ceiling. At the same time, Kurusu bent over to help me up. And since she was in a hurry, she didn't take the time to hold down her skirt. Oh my god, please. Okay, I was like, please, I do not need an upskirt shot of her right now. So I saw her. It wasn't as clear as before, but I got a quick glimpse of my pure white goddess. You're saying that because you're talking about her panties, but it sounds like you're talking about her fucking vagina or something. You're calling her vagina a goddess. It's a little fucking weird, but... And from a much closer distance than before, and at a lower angle. Such a pervert.
Wait, Takuru, what are you staring at?
Jeez.
You're so silly.
Silly? She would have kicked you in the face. Nah, no way. Kurusu wasn't the type to be cute when she was embarrassed. She'd probably get another scary look on her face and start choking me and demanding to know what I was looking at. No way, that was never going to happen. It was wrong to hope for another encounter with my white goddess. It would only end in tragedy and pain. Also, calling any girl's panties a white goddess is kind of fucking creepy and weird. Look. I don't mind our character later, but right now, in the very beginning, he's kind of pervy and fucking weird, and it's still a little like, nope. I know that you're okay later, but right now, with this scene especially, really fucking weird. Could we not? Anyway, I got slapped for peeping at the student council president's panties. If I got slapped, sorry. It would damage my reputation at school. I gritted my teeth and tried to stop my gaze from wandering down to her skirt. Yeah, you perv. Alright, so Kazuki. That online game at... Okay, we already know this. I think this one... Yeah, we did this one right the positive the first time because that was the lesbian scene. We're like imagining them making out with each other. Kazuki looks so adorable in that though. Alright, so are we gonna have to do this our trigger shit that we're gonna do? Or no, I think that might be later in the chapter. I hate having to skip through this so much, like do this so much, but like, I don't know. I don't know. If it doesn't split, I'm just gonna be fucking upset because I don't know what to do at this point. You know what I mean? Like, and it's stupid that you have to do the positive ending first. You know what I mean? But okay, I just hope if I don't have to skip through another hour to do the negative ending. I can start somewhere else and do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Okay. All right, so this is a new one. And suddenly the door opened. Technically. So what's going to happen? Oh, I hit the wrong button. We didn't expect anyone to open it, so both Sarika and I froze. And then they came out. It's going to be hot girls. Huh? Are you two the next customers? It was a voluptuous woman with long hair, and she was completely naked. And not only that, her body was as nice as any you'd see in a magazine. Wait, didn't she look like a model or actress I saw on TV? No, Taku, don't look! You're so cute. Come in. Oh, no. It's not like that. It's fine. You can come in too, miss. Huh? In other words, what exactly? I'll make you feel great. So come on in, okay? Taku, what should we do? Why do you look like you want to go inside? Because Serica's face was red with embarrassment. And now we're fantasizing about a threesome. The positive ones are fucking hilarious. She whispered softly, I want to feel good. I mean, who doesn't? That's not what we're here for. Something was wrong with me. What's not what we're here for? Damn it. Said what I was thinking out loud. It's okay. Serica can read your mind, so she knows exactly what you were thinking. No, it's nothing. Serica was still knocking on the door to room 306, but no one was answering. That's fucking hilarious, though, now that we know this. You're thinking, like, oh, this hot naked lady comes out, and we're all gonna go in and have a threesome. Whoa, we're not here for that. What aren't we here for? Nothing? Pervert. She knows. She knows. It's so good. Or the time we're thinking, but we accidentally kill her. She's like, the fuck is wrong with you? When we do the negative ones? Oh my god. We're still in chapter 1, by the fucking way. Jesus Christ, this is gonna take forever. If we don't get the split app from this, I'm just gonna be so fucking mad. Because, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, I'm really hoping that the game is just so fucking dumb that you have to do the quote-unquote required one before you can do the other one. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to get the bad endings. Which would mean that technically playing through the game, if we fucked up the post-it note one where you get the only bad ending. But that's the thing. It said if you get the common route ending first and then you get that, you get additional scenes, which would be the knowing that Serica and Ito were evil kind of shit, right? So that shit would be missing if you accidentally got so you could get the bad ending before you got the normal ending. So why the fuck can't I get Hanai's bad ending before the normal fucking thing? You know what I mean? This is dumb as fuck. Huh. I just heard a knock at the door, right? I couldn't believe it, but I'd forgotten to lock the door. I froze as it swung open from the outside. Someone was here. Who? I knew 2 people who would come in without waiting for an answer, but was it okay for me to just stand here? It's true, the negative one was Artimura coming in to kill us. Who's there? I gulped and spoke in a hoarse voice. Poking through the gap in the door was... Taku? Oh. Someone I knew well. Good, you're still up. Relieved, I staggered over and sat down on the bed. That hadn't done my heart any favors. For some reason, Serica was standing at the entrance, fidgeting. She didn't try to come in any further. What's wrong? I don't think it's a good idea for a girl... Oh, I don't think it's a good idea for a girl to be coming by alone at this hour. I didn't think of any of the homeless in this park were bad people, but someone who was hard up for money might attack her. Especially after what I'd seen. Felt like I was going to start imagining things I didn't want to visualize. Taku, are you okay? Okay with what? After what happened yesterday. Honestly, not really. Was Serica going through the same thing? When I'm alone in the house, I remember what happened yesterday, so I get scared and can't sleep. Oh no, I don't want to be alone tonight, okay? Can I stay over just for tonight? I knew exactly how she felt. Just having someone you knew next to you was enough to make you feel a lot better. Take me, for example. Having Serica here was letting me relax a little. Sure. I'd have to sleep on the floor, I supposed. Thanks. Serica must have felt better when she heard my response because she looked like she was about to cry. She sat down right next to me on the bed. Why was she sitting next to me? There were other places to sit. When I looked closer, I saw that her shoulders were shaking a little. I just keep remembering what happened yesterday. Oh no, it was natural, I supposed. Serica was a girl and she was younger than me. Seeing something like that must have been a huge shock to her. It was my fault for getting her caught up in this. As I started thinking about that, she put her head up against my shoulder. Naku, stay with me. Please? I made sweet, sweet love to her all night long. I'm just kidding. Doesn't say that, but I'm wondering. I'm surprised that's not where he went. I know he's a lot tougher than that. Of course, in reality, Serica would never let me see her being that vulnerable, and she'd never actually come to visit. Was she okay, even if I wasn't? Maybe she was just fine. She was probably just dense. Yeah. I was really delicate, so in a sense, I was jealous of her. I sighed a little and locked the door. I think it's funny that he's like, Serica wouldn't let me see her being vulnerable. She's really tough. It's like, she's also the one killing people, so like, yeah. You're right, she wouldn't show up. It's funny knowing this shit now, like, going back through some of these. So I think we got about like 10 minutes left. I don't know, because I had to stop the thing, so the last two parts have been kind of a clusterfuck, but we will keep going, skipping, doing the positive ones, blah, 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 and see if it splits. And like I said, if it doesn't, we're done. Which sucks, because I do want to know what happens, and I want to know about the other routes, but I am just so tired of trying to get this fucking thing to work, so... the only thing I can think is that you have to get her positive ending before you can get the negative, which is, again, stupid as fuck, to be honest, so... Oh, this is the one where he drug her, right? Yeah, okay. Oh my god, Taku. So, yeah. It's dumb because it makes no sense that you'd have to do her positive one. And I don't know what else we've done wrong unless the game doesn't think I finished. But we finished. But like, I finished the common route, but it's like it's acting like I didn't. Do I need to skip through the entire fucking game now for it to go, oh, okay, you finished, and then start over? Because, like, that's going to piss me the fuck off. Like, that's a waste of fucking time. This sucks already. You know what I mean? Doing this again? Unless we could win her over, we weren't going to be able to continue with the case. Okay, let's go buy something to bribe her with. Oh, no, wait, tell me Caruso's 3 favorite sweet shops.
Okay, if you're gonna buy something, I want to go too.
She was clearly intending to buy something for herself. Well, that was fine. It was time for the mission to begin. So here you go. This is a present for you, Caruso. I knew that Caruso was staying late after school to get ready for the festival. I handed her the present I just bought. Serica told me about a pancake place near Shibuya Station. It was a popular store where there was always a line of girls outside. I heard it was one of the few places where you could get pancakes for takeout, so I quickly chose it. I feel like this is very similar to the bad one, but she, like, does something, like, you know, it was still something about pancake place and all this. Standing in line with the girls for an hour was almost torture, but I somehow managed to do it.
Is this pancake from Eggs and Thanks?
That's right.
There's always a line there, so it's impossible to get them.
Her eyes were shining like a little girl's. It wasn't an expression I was used to seeing from her.
You're giving these to me? Really?
Yeah, I always cause you a lot of trouble.
It's so rare for you to give me any kind of present like this, Takuru. Thank you. This makes me really happy.
Oh, yeah. After seeing how happy she was, I couldn't tell her that I was trying to bribe her.
Huh? That's strange.
Huh? Why? Why was she crying?
I'm sorry. I just didn't realize it was possible to be so happy. It's weird for me to cry so much, isn't it?
This isn't her voice, but like, whatever. I can't speak right now, so.
But this really made me happy. Thank you, Takuru. Like, oh my god, for real? What the fuck? Want to split this? It's okay, right?
I was satisfied with the results of my simulation. This might work. This might work. Whoops. Do this bullshit again. For the 57th time. I'm doing it fast, so I hope we're getting through the right ones. I'm just look, scroll, look, scroll, look, scroll. I'm not even paying attention to what's happening. Right, and then we go to the stuff. This is literally the 3rd time I've fucking done this today. I'm kind of annoyed, to be honest with you. So if this doesn't fucking work, I'm gonna fucking scream. What a waste of 3 hours of my life. 2, if we manage to get into a route, awesome. Fine. I wasted an hour trying to get the bad one again, but like, what was she doing here? Okay.
Hello, I'm Nono Karusu's younger sister.
The girl suddenly smiled and bowed. Sister? You're lying. Karusu never talked about having a sister.
We were separated during the Shibuya quake. I thought she was dead and had just given up hope. I can't believe we've been reunited. Miracles really do happen, don't they?
There were tears in Karusu's eyes. And this girl really was her little sister? I was still having trouble believing it as the girl walked right up next to me.
Are you Takuru Miyashiro?
Huh? Yeah, that's right. How'd you know my name?
And then you're my big brother, aren't you?
Huh? What did you say?
Is that right?
Oh, look at how dreamy she looks right here.
Well, Takuru's basically my big sister's little brother, right?
What the hell? Doesn't make any sense at all. I looked to Karusu for help.
Takuru, be nice to her. I can't wait to learn all about you, big brother.
And all of a sudden, I had a little sister. Another one! Forget about the one that ends up in boxes. Jesus. Things around here are about to get a lot more complicated. Or not. Not a chance in hell. There was no way this girl was Karusu's little sister. Not that I had any idea what she was doing here. Okay. Oh my god. I think we did both of hers. Did we do both of hers negative the first time? I don't remember. Oh, no, right, because she was like, what do you think I was doing in the hotel? Did you want to come with me? Is that right? I think that's what happened. Okay. Because I think... Chapter 1, okay, 111, what was she doing here on the hotel? It says positive to say get her route, which we just did. And then with Shinjo, we have to do a positive one. And then the classroom with her, we do positive. Which, again, I mean, we've done all of them positive. So it's kind of like, good boy. There's really no fucking point. I don't know. I just, like, wish anyone in the guide would be like, you have to do her required route. You have to do the positive to get the true ending, but you shouldn't have to need it to do the bad. It's frustrating, but we can only hope that this is how it's working here, okay? So we'll find out. And it took fucking 30 minutes to go through chapter 1 skipping, so what the fuck, this sucks, right? And actually, while I'm sitting here thinking of this, all positive. Delusion in chapter 3, where you're alone with Hanai preparing for the culture festival, which we have to do positive for Hanai's route, but I'm going to save there. I still have the save from doing all the negative to get into Yamazoe's route, but maybe that will be okay because that's how to get to Yamazoe's route. And to get into Hanai's route, you have to do all the positive stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe you have to do positive to get to her route. And then once you're in her route, you do all the negative to get all the negative. Maybe that's what they mean, and they're not telling you that clearly. Because the one guide, like the Steam community guide goes through all the positive routes, and then it does the negative ones. Like then the bad endings. But I would rather it do, like I said, Hanai's endings all together, whatever. Okay, fuck, hold on. That's this one. Then it's the karaoke bar. Then it's the pole. Then it's the street. Then it's the other stat. Okay. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of stupid that they don't tell you to get into a route, you have to do all of them positive. Then once you're in her route, after that, you do all of the triggers in her route negative to get the bad ending. That would make fucking sense. Tell me that. Don't say do all the triggers negative. Be like, you have to do all of them positive in the common route, do all of them positive to get into a route in chapter 6. Like, that would make fucking sense. But that, I don't know. So I guess the guide is just set up stupid. So I'm really hoping that we'll be able to split this properly. You know what I mean? But okay. So we did this one negatives, right? I feel like we did this one because I thought we did. So what kind of case is it today? Case? What was going on? Because the negative was like them having a sexual affair. We thought we were imagining Shinjo having an affair with a 16-year-old girl. Oh my god, Shinjo can't even handle his own life. He's like, fucking all these goddamn high school kids. An advance notice has been sent to the jewelry exhibition that's being held in the Hikario tomorrow. Could it be the Phantom Thief? Lomangega? Gega? Whatever. Indeed. Whatever. What? I couldn't follow the conversation at all. They're having a detective fantasy over here. This is great. And this time, we can't let him get away. Sheesh. I wish he'd think about my schedule before he started sending out advance notices. Please, help us. I just went through all that mess at the Love Hotel. You don't give a girl a break, do you? I do feel bad about it, but we can't solve this case on our own. Oh, fine. You owe me some delicious cabbage rolls, though. Deal? Cabbage rolls? Well, if that's all you want, then sure. I kind of like overdramatically reading some of these. Like, thanks! Mura took the suitcase he offered her and got in the back seat of his car. The door closed shut, but the detective was still standing next to the car. The back seat windows were heavily tinted and I couldn't see inside. The car was shaking a little. What's she doing inside, I wonder? Something naughty? She's changing, you pervert! Maybe there was some nasty old politician inside the car and he was pawing all over Arimura. The thought made me sick a little. Huh? But that guy's a detective, right? Not all detectives are good guys. Maybe he was threatening Arimura and forcing her to do bad things to make money. I gulped. I tried my best not to throw up. 5 minutes passed as I stood there and watched. The detective stood there the whole time. It took her 5 minutes to change, and then the back seat opened. When we saw how Arimura was dressed, both Sarika and I fell silent. I mean, I guess it depends on her costume. Ta-da! I'm all set. Please tell me she's dressed like a goddamn magical girl, like fucking Sailor Moon. Huh? What the heck? Was she cosplaying a naughty policewoman? Her uniform came complete with miniskirt. So she'd been changing clothes in the backseat of the car? You're looking pretty good today, miniskirt investigator Hinae Arimura. Thanks for the compliment! Alright, it's off to the crime scene! I wanted to see it so bad. Taku! Sarika shook my shoulder. She was blinking rapidly in confusion. Why is Arimura dressed like that? I don't know. Oh, I get it. Arimura's normally a high school student, but that's not all she is. In her secret identity, she's a teenage miniskirt detective. Because that's oddly specific. She's summoned only for important cases, and she always catches the culprit, a miniskirt detective. I had no idea she had such a huge secret. This is a huge scoop. Back to the newspaper club. This is goddamn hilarious. Huh? Miniskirt? Oh, miniskirt? Taku, what are you talking about? Huh? I suddenly realized that Sarika was looking at me in confusion. She's reading your mind right now. I don't think you said miniskirt out loud. I quickly looked around. Of course, Arimura wasn't wearing a miniskirt uniform. She seemed to be talking about something serious with the detective. Did I just say that out loud? No. Oh no, that's embarrassing. My face was burning. It was a joke. It didn't really feel like your kind of joke. Or maybe you're actually into that. No? Really? You're really not into miniskirt detectives? Shh, forget that. We need to find out what's going on with Arimura and the detective. That is goddamn amazing. Sarika was looking at me with closed eyes, but I quickly turned my attention to Arimura's conversation. Okay. I'm going to stop here. We're still skipping, but like when we pick back up, we'll pick back up on the next thingy split. But yeah. So anyway, I will see you guys. You'll miss a little bit of skipping, but I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.